Yo, what's good? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. It's your boy, Tyrus Bane, aka The Definition, aka Snapzilla Gorilla. What's good? Man, I'm pretty upset, y'all. Just to start off, man. I just found out some stuff at the I went to the chiropractor this morning to get an adjustment and get on the traction table. And, before I got my treatment started, I talked to the chiropractor, and she showed me the x-rays of my lower spine and my cervical spine, which is, the neck. Yeah. My lumbar and cervical spine. She showed me the x-rays. She talked to me about them. Talked to me about all the disc narrowing I got going on. Man, sometimes shit ain't fair, man. Shit ain't fair. Yeah, she talked about all the disc narrowing that I have in my spine, due to my active, career, and my active lifestyle. My spinal issues actually started when I was in the military, so it started there. That's where it really started. That's where I had most of the trauma. But anyway, so she tells me that due to all the disc narrowing and the mild scoliosis I have, that I basically would be 4 to 5 inches taller. Yeah. If not for that, if not for all the arthritis and disc degeneration in my spine, I would be 4 to 5 inches taller. Yeah, she told me that. Yeah. So basically, I'm 6 foot right now. I should be 6'4" or 6'5", without all the crap I got going on with my spine. Not only that, but I have multiple vertebrae in my spine that are trying to fuse together. I have a few discs that are actually practically gone. So I got it, and it would be a lot worse if I weren't as active as I am. If I weren't as active as I am, I would have had multiple fused vertebrae by now and would be in a lot worse shape than I am in my spine. So, it just goes to show y'all, man, if you're suffering from any type of like spinal degeneration or any level of joint pain and joint problems, it's not a good idea to be inactive. It's not a good idea to lay around and feel sorry for yourself because you got some spinal issues or hip issues. It's better to stay moving, to stay mobile. It's better to make sure that, you are getting circulation to these joints and all that. It's not good to sit around and do nothing if you have these issues. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. I'm mad. I should be 6'4" or 6'5" right now, but because of my disc degeneration and all that stuff, I'm only 6 foot. But shit, life ain't fair, man. Anyway, so this is not going to be a live one, a long one, right? Because it should just be very succinct, very short. The fiasco that we are seeing with this whole Joe Biden thing. Listen, everything surrounding this Joe Biden fiasco should let us know that our government, and government in general, is trash, right? So, are we seriously considering? So I'm in a Democrat. Let's say I'm in the Democratic Party. I am part of the Democratic National Convention. Am I seriously considering supporting somebody like Joe Biden run for president? in the condition that he's in. Am I seriously considering, as an individual who gave his consent to be governed, to allow this clown to continue to run shit? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why are we still putting faith in this system? Why are we still putting faith in this system when they are parading this old ass man around as though he has any level of cognitive function? The dude practically has zero cognitive function, but we're parading him around like a serious presidential candidate. We are parading him around as a serious president. You know, our enemies and our allies alike, our foreign enemies and foreign allies, you know, Russia, China, England, all these countries. Do you really think they respect us when we have this guy walking around calling himself running the show? Are we serious right now? Listen, y'all know I'm an anarchist. I don't believe in this left-right paradigm bullshit. I don't believe in big government or small government. I don't believe in government at all. But even if you don't have to be an anarchist to see that this shit is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. And they rub it in our faces. They're like, look, man, we got this Weekend at Bernie's thing going on with Joe Biden. You know, he does the debate with Donald Trump, and his wife comes out and says, "That's your big boy. That's your big boy. You answered all the questions. You can do the questions. Here's your lollipop." And we're, what? What? His wife comes out, treat him like Fido, and says, you answered all the questions. You look at you, Joe Biden. Oh, what? And look, this is out there for the world to see. This is out there for the world to see. Look at what he did in Afghanistan. Look at the Afghanistan withdrawal. Why do you think Russia's doing what they're doing? Why do you think China is just itching to go into Taiwan right now? Why do you think all these things are happening? You got old ass Joe Biden, and you got old ass Trump, who's only 3 years younger. And yes, he's a lot more alert. Yes, he's a lot more cognitive. Yes, he can play golf and not fall over, even though, you know, a couple of those shots he took looked like, you know, he was kind of teetering a little bit. But, you know, he's an old ass man. These are old ass men that are supposed to represent the interest of 350 million people. But he's not a representative, y'all. He's an executive. So what does that mean? That means he executes and enforces the laws on a broad federal scale, right? That's how it's supposed to be. But we all know that the executive branch is rogue. We all know that the executive branch, they do what the hell they want to do, right? Merrick Garland was supposed to be arrested, right? He's the attorney general. Supposed to be arrested for contempt of Congress because he refused to give up some recordings, right? Same thing happened, recordings or files or whatever the fuck. Same thing happened with, what the fuck that guy name is that rolled with Donald Trump real tough? Steve Bannon. Oh, but they put his ass in jail. Well, why ain't they putting Merrick Garland in jail for doing the same shit? Because the executive branch has no checks and balances. They are the enforcement arm of the government. What does that mean? That means that they control all the arresting motherfuckers. The prosecutors, the police, the federal police, the FBI, all these law enforcement entities on a federal level. They have control of all that. The only The only member in Congress that has arrest powers is the sergeant at arms, but they don't have prosecutorial powers. They don't have the power to say, you know, prosecute you in court. Yeah, they can arrest you for this, that, and the third, but then it's handed over to the attorney general and it's handed over to the executive branch. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, we all know that this is a fucking joke, right? We all know that all this shit with Trump, it's all a fucking joke. It's all a joke. And the best thing that we could do at this point in time, before it's too late, the best thing we can do as individuals, as free people, or as people who want to be free, that want that level of freedom that we do not enjoy right now because we give too much faith and put too much faith in this government that really, what does this government what has it ever done for you? I know what it has done. It has extracted your wealth and given your wealth to other motherfuckers that have contributed nothing to this society. And I'm talking about the immigrants. I'm talking about foreign nations like Israel, Ukraine, all these other nations that we just give our money over to. That does not benefit us as a people. It might benefit the government. It might benefit the elites. It might benefit the bankers, right? But it does not benefit us as individuals, as the constituents, as the proletariat. As the proletariat, what do we get? What do we gain from all this extraction of wealth that our government perpetrates? We gain nothing. But what we do is pay more for groceries, right? We pay more for doctor's visits. We pay more for energy bills. Oh, yeah. All that money and shit that we put into our government, that we put into this country, oh, we gain nothing from it. But we pay more. The more we pay, the more we pay. The more they extract from us, the more we pay for it. The more they print, the more we pay. Every time the government does something, we pay for it. Period. Was good. Kelvin Black was good. Black Stream Autumn. Yeah. Joe Biden is an entertainer at best. Rachel Donaire was good. Was good. Thank you for coming by, Queen. Queen Black Spring and Kelvin Black. Thank you guys for coming through. What does government do for you except for extract? It extracts and it puts nothing back. It extracts and it redistributes your wealth to entities and people and groups that will ultimately benefit the individuals that run the government, but not you. If you're not part of that elite class, you don't get anything from anything. So that's why the best thing that you can do is put your money into something that will get you something out of it. But that's not government. But I know we have no choice, right? They extort you, right? It's extortion. You have no choice but to pay government. You have no choice but to have your wealth extracted. Even if you are a smart investor and you know how to keep your money and all that other type of shit, every time you buy something, you're paying taxes. So they're going to get it from you no matter what, right? Unless you are doing something to benefit the government directly in your business, then guess what? Even as a wealthy individual, even as somebody who has a smart investing mind and knows how to, maneuver around taxation and all that stuff, guess what? You're still going to pay for it through the hidden tax called inflation, through sales tax, depending on what state you live in, property tax, all those good things. Hold on, y'all. I got to get something out of this farmer's market real quick. Well, not farmer's market, but y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah, because I still want to go in on this, man, because it's very frustrating. Because I've been watching this Joe Biden stuff go on. I've been watching everything surrounding it. I've been watching all the coverage, and it's like, what are we talking about? The only thing that this Joe Biden thing has showed me is that we have a case, right, to remove our consent remove consent, right? Remove our consent to be governed and figure shit out for ourselves. Maybe, have a transitional period, right? You don't just abruptly stop, right? Have a transitional period. Start with decentralizing the government. Go back to state power and all that type of shit, and then figure it out from there. It can be done. They take and create problems. Absolutely. They take and create problems. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
All right. I know. I'm a bad host. Y'all. My bad. Without the problems they create, they can't maintain the illusion. Exactly. The Hegelian dialectic. I'm sorry, you guys. I had to grab me some watermelon, some peaches. I got some watermelon. God damn it. I got some watermelon, some peaches. Two big old watermelon. Seeded, as you can see, because they're oblong. Just so y'all know, that's the difference between tell the difference between a seeded watermelon and a seedless watermelon. Seeded watermelons are oblong, and seedless watermelons are more round. They're the round ones. But anyway, yeah, government, I mean, we really don't need them, y'all. Look, we really don't need them. And guess what? Government is made of people. So this whole thing about building bridges and schools and hospitals and all that other type of shit, how would we build roads, and how would we, I always talk about this. I always talk about it. The government don't build roads. The government don't build bridges. The government don't build hospitals. They don't build schools. They don't build anything, y'all. They hire private contractors to do the work. They hire private contractors to do the work. And what they'll do is they'll set up some like public works, right? So let's say in the municipality, you'll have a public works where they'll hire people to maintain the shit. But hell, you don't even need government for that. All you got to do is have motherfuckers maintain it. Shit. The people, the community can take the role that the government plays, but it would be in the best interest of the people within that community. The smaller the system, the better. Because guess why? The smaller the community, the smaller the society, the better. Because it's easier for the people themselves to maintain control of their own freedom within those systems. They participate voluntarily in those systems, and they don't have to worry about some old ass men bumbling around controlling the fate of the entire country. You got this old man bumbling around. You know what I'm saying? You got these bankers, you got these corporations, you got these special interest groups. By the way, y'all, that's who our Congress people represent. The Congress people that we put in place, that we vote for to represent us, they don't represent us. They represent special interest groups. They represent corporations. They represent the bankers. They represent the government contractors. That's who they represent. And if the interest of those special interest groups in those corporations and those bankers, if it goes against the interest of the people, guess what? You think our representatives give a fuck? Why do you think? Listen, let me ask y'all a question. But first, let me say this. 198 of your representatives voted against making it illegal for illegal immigrants to vote. 198. Right? 198 people that's supposed to represent you. Let me ask y'all, is it in your interest to say, hey, you know what? Let's let these motherfuckers vote. Fuck it. They came here, last month. They came here yesterday. They haven't contributed anything to society. They haven't paid into anything. They haven't done anything. They haven't worked for anybody. You know what I'm saying? They don't get their shit extorted. They don't get the extortion that they call taxes levied against them. They haven't contributed not a motherfucking thing. Do y'all really want them to have any say on who represents you and who your executive is? Do you really want that? Well, guess what? If you don't, 198 of your so-called representatives voted against making it illegal for them to have any say in the election, where you guys choose who your next ruler is going to be, where you guys choose who your next representative is going to be. They voted against that. 198 people that are supposed to represent you. Now, are they representing you when they make that decision? Or are they representing the corporations who could benefit from having a little bit of illegal immigrants come through and undercut you as an American? They can come undercut you. They can take less wages than you. See, that's also part of the gambit, right? To get more of this voting power that you guys are so in love with. They get more voting power from these immigrants. But more importantly, the corporations, they benefit from it as well, because guess what? If they can vote, well, at some point, they already are doing it. They're already hiring these people. They're already replacing American citizens with these immigrants. Tyson has done it. Other corporations have done it. So that's who they're representing. Check out the lobbyists who are asking these 198 people, look, we'll give you some bread. Don't vote on this measure. Don't vote on this bill. Don't vote on this act. That's how it works. That's why they have lobbies. That's why lobbyists go into the halls of Congress and into the Senate to talk to these Congress people and senators to say, hey, this is what we want. This is who we represent. The lobbyists represent special interest groups. That's how it works. The special interest groups, that's who your Congress people represent, not you. Especially on the federal level, even on the state level. Less so on local levels, unless they want to, tear up some roads, or unless they want to tear down some trees to run some fiber optic cable or some other type shit. Guess what? Your city council people, they always do it. They say, oh, let's clear some trees. Let's put up some more 5G towers and all this other type of shit. And we don't give a hot fuck what our constituents have to say. Right? This is like they're in Irmo, South Carolina. They want to build this big, planned community with 150 something houses or whatever the fuck. And the people of Irmo, they don't want that. You think they give a fuck? How do you think these city council people are going to vote? They stand to make get a lot of donations from these developers. But, it is what it is. Without the Jay with Open Eyes 5 was good. Oh, this is the 5th channel. I got to go ahead and sub to that. As a matter of fact, let me rinse you up. Let me go on ahead and rinse you up. Make you a managing, give you a super wrench. Anyway, Black Spring, do you have a super wrench? Let me see. I'm going to take you off as standard moderator real quick, Black Spring, and then I'm going to give you a super wrench. Same. Yeah, so there y'all have it. Now it's 6. Oh yeah, that is 6, huh? That's Roman numeral 6. Hello. All right, man. Well, I gotta get the stuff. Also, like I said, I got some watermelon, some goat cheese, really good goat cheese. I got some goat milk. I got a bunch of peaches and a bunch of sugar plums, and yeah. Yep. What else did I get? That's it. So yeah, like I was saying, y'all, why do we need they constantly show us that they're worthless. Government constantly, every minute of the day, shows us how useless and incompetent it is. All right. And so yeah, I'm about to end this live stream, but man, on another note, man, I'm very upset. Very upset. It's just not fair. It's not fair that I should be 4 to 5 inches taller, if not for the disc degeneration in my spine. Yes, I have at least 4 to 5 inches of disc narrowing, and yeah, it's just not right. But I am working to get my spine in the best shape possible. I just got off the traction table. I'm going to get some of that PRP cracking, which is I think the stem cell stuff. So I have enough disc in some of my vertebrae to use the stem cell stuff. So, you know, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to get, man, because I can't be, I got to be able to play around with my grandchildren, have fun, be active for the rest of my life. It's the fact that our taxes don't even go to where they say they do. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with government. On top of which, they are the most prolific and notorious mass murderer in the world. Yeah, the United States government is a notorious mass murderer. But that's another topic. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe. And as always, we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.